Acute angles are everywhere. These angles are the key to humanity's liberation from death and disease. The following program is designed to provide you with an introduction so that you may begin to harness the awesome power of acute angles in your life. This is Timothy. Timothy spends much of his time leaning against the buildings downtown, looking intently at open books, trying to attract a mate. Occasionally this tactic works, but it is only because Timothy has learned to harness the power of acute angles in his day-to-day life. This is Alex. Alex has not yet learned how to utilize the powers of the acute angle. Today Alex has been made to wear a cowboy hat as punishment for gluing two of her classmates' hands to their faces. Alex feels resentment for the punishment, which contributes to a general attitude of soft focus. When we feel this soft focus in life, we call it Vaseline lens. Timothy, Alex, two people with different angles on angles. Who's okay, who's not okay? An Introduction to Abnormal Psychology. Copyright Human Relations Media Center Incorporated, 1976. Part 1. Normal versus Abnormal. As we have already seen, Timothy's strategy of looking intently at books in public places can sometimes succeed in attracting a mate. This is because Timothy has mastered the use of acute angles to achieve his goals. Alex, on the other hand, often sits with her body in the shape of a semicircle and actively writes or sketches instead of pretending to read. Also note the way Alex chooses to sit by things like water and trees, whereas Timothy is always downtown with buildings, furniture, and light poles. If we ever hope to succeed in finding a mate, we must always be aware of our surroundings. Round versus angled, inorganic versus organic. These factors and others govern our chances for present and future success. Have you ever felt that you could communicate solely with the power of your mind? Can you read the thoughts of crystals as easily as if you were tuning into a radio station? This is because crystals are among the most highly angled materials on the planet Earth. If you were to live in a house built entirely of crystals, you could learn to shout your thoughts into the deepest reaches of space. Many people, like Fred here, have struggled to unlock the inner secrets of the universe by using numbers and formulas which are inherently round. Can you spot why Fred will never succeed in his endeavor? Fred cannot. And poor Alex, here she is again fraternizing with cats and sitting by the water. She is completely unaware of the poisonous influence of the circular flowers that she thinks make her happy. Curvaceous toxins are everywhere. Watch out. Even our own eyes, the windows to our souls, are toxic circles. How can we break free of the circular slavery? If humanity is ever to evolve past its present state, we must learn to form one giant and acute angle with the power of our minds. Only then can we realize our destiny far beyond the stars and transition into a state of pure energy and angular goodness. If you could learn to project yourself in this manner, you would be able to see all persons from all angles simultaneously. all of humanity would be made to dance every day because the movement of dancing generates new angles which would be used to power all of our industries. Whether you lived in the country or downtown, you would be participating in a new era of human pursuit that would never age nor decay, a timeless culture of acuteness. A universal fraternity of angles and reflections free of circles, curves, and arches. Where there is no isolation and no death. The angles of past, present, and future meld into one. Your mitochondria and ganglia cry out in exaltation of the ideal form. The acute angle of liberation that will forever set us free of the round, flesh prisons, which bind us in conflict, starvation, and disease. In 1863, Abraham Lincoln, the most angular of all the American leaders, signed the Emancipation Proclamation, thus freeing the American slaves of a similar type of bondage. Could Lincoln have foreseen an even deeper freedom? Evidence suggests that Lincoln was able to communicate telepathically from beyond the mortal tetrahedron with a number of prominent figures of recent history. His insights were primary in the development of angular aviation. Lincoln's famous correspondence with the novelist Howard Hughes directly contributed to the development of a whole host of technologies like nuclear bombs, comfortable walking shoes, and beauty schools. A similar revolution occurred within the arts. Vincent van Gogh was a simple hairdresser from New Jersey with chronic back pain and deep-sea diving certification. When he eventually took up painting in his later life, he conceived of a new style of painting comprised almost entirely of angles. To this day, Van Gogh's paintings are hot to the touch and are resistant to burning. Many also claim to have received messages in their voicemail boxes from a man who calls himself Vincent and warns of coming tsunamis and other natural disasters. Hopefully you are beginning to see how interacting with curves and round things can lead to inadequate daily functioning, inadequate social functioning, and personal discomfort. This is Vicky. Vicky appears normal. Vicky wakes up. Vicky brushes her teeth. Walks places. And plays tennis. But in all of these activities, Vicky is imprisoned by curves and circles. This is Ray. Ray and Vicky are mates, but there is an important difference in their approaches to life. In all situations, Ray seeks angles. By venturing out in a box, Ray is actually expanding his potential far beyond what a curvy human could ever hope to achieve. Ray is aware of the healing power of angular facial hair and attempts to spread its beneficial effects on curves everywhere he goes. What are these curves, circles, and spheres that we are imprisoned by? What do we need to be aware of, and what can be done? The following is a set of guidelines for avoiding death and injury. What sorts of containers do you drink from? Are they circular? Round glasses for drinking are one of the leading causes of accident and injury, death, and sadness. Avoid lakes, ponds, and other bodies of water. These are harmful to our inner angles. Avoid plants, trees, and flowers. These cause confusion, degradation, and worry. You can never hope to achieve happiness in the toxic curviness of nature. Nature will swallow everything in its persistent despair. In nature, death and ruin is inevitable. Through diligent study of these methods, however, we may achieve liberation from death. Cindy has made the choice to reject death and seek completion in the angular plane. The most highly advanced masters of this practice can learn to exist in all angles simultaneously. There is nothing more beautiful in the world than the absence of curves. Here is Greg and Marcia. Greg and Marcia are mates, but are these two lovers doomed? Is there a way to exist harmoniously with curves and circles? Greg knows of a way. Certain types of sunglasses do allow us to reflect in two different angles of being, even in nature. Greg has learned to offset the negative effects of the organic world through technology. But many technologies can be just as toxic as organic nature. Here Troy is feeling the strain of his interactions with curved time. The pocket watch Troy uses will keep him forever bound in the cycle of death. Even the clothes we wear can kill us. Here, Larry is strangled by the circular collar and sleeves of his shirt. Soon, he will be dead. All circular and organic life results in death. Through our connection to angles we may break free of these cycles. But we must be diligent in our practice, for we are constantly encircled by the spheres and arcs of the organic world. So long as you choose the round path, you will be alone in sickness, sadness and despair. End of Part 1. Human Relations Media Center, Pleasantville, New York, 10570.